okay, our conceptual system is largely metaphorical. Because we understand something in terms of another. And if people are familiar with Lakoff and Johnson's book, Metaphors We Live By, this might be a great video. I mean, I'm going to try to draw upon some of their notions of metaphor and entailment and hiding and highlighting. See, what happens is in the world, you take something and you compare it to something else. So you say school is like a roller coaster or school is like a bus ride. And when you're doing that, you take elements of one item and you look for those elements in another item. It seems, though, somewhat problematic. And Lakoff and Johnson partly precipitate this issue because they say stuff like life is a journey or, life is blank. And they try to take something like the whole and then metaphorically understand that. Now, you might try to say, well, I'm going to take a whole, the set of all sets. And okay, so what is the set of all sets? Well, some people are going to say life. Some people are going to say conscience or sentience or consciousness, or they're going to say sentience. Maybe people are going to say the universe. Maybe some people are going to say God. I don't think it matters. For me, the haggle isn't what is the set of all sets, but the question of when we're trying to get at all that is, whatever that is, the totality in its wholeness, that is the set of all sets, when we try to understand it, metaphors always fail. I mean, we always have to use multiple metaphors, but I mean, all metaphors highlight and hide, right? That is, they illustrate some things, but they downplay others and sort of cover over others. But nowhere do metaphors hide more than when we try to take the set of all sets and metaphorically understand it in terms of something else. See, it seems like there's a difference between trying to take, again, we'll call it the set of all sets, and then trying to take a member of that set in order to metaphorically understand it. That seems so different than taking the set of all sets and then taking two items within there and trying to metaphorically compare them. So, if I say a cup of coffee is a fresh breeze, or if I say an exam is, an exhilarating car ride, I'm taking things within life, within existence, maybe existence is the word, is the set of all sets. I'm taking things within existence, and those two items, I compare them to one another. And I gain some sort of understanding by highlighting how they're similar, but I maybe fool myself by not recognizing how much that metaphor is hiding. When we move to life, existence, the whole thing, it's just impossible. I shot a video a while back called "Thought is Incoherent," and just the more that I think about it, it's just incoherent. It seems to be just incoherent all the way down. So I'll begin with my example of gift. If I say that life or existence or sentience is a gift, and again, I try to take the set of all sets, and I say, well, gift is the way to understand that. It's such a denial. I mean, it's you cover over so much. Why? Because the set of all sets, it has gifts as part of it, but it's so much more than that. I mean, gifts are just one thing within life, one thing within existence. The same with when some person tries to say that, for example, life is an imposition. See, if I try to say life is an imposition, I mean, the right? I mean, the set of all sets couldn't itself be an imposition. That is, an imposition is an element within what's more than that. Same, I've heard people say, again, life is rape, right? No, rape is something that happens in life. Gifts are something that happen in life. Impositions are something that happen in life. Every time we try to take something in life and try to understand the whole of life, we deeply, deeply confuse ourselves. Now, don't get me wrong. I think we're always confusing ourselves a little bit. Anytime I use any metaphor, I highlight and I hide. And so there is some similar aspect to it, right? I mean, when I try to take love and I say, love is a party, or, love is a journey. When I do these kinds of comparisons, I'm taking elements within life, that is, their ontic aspects, and I'm comparing them. But when I try to compare the ontic to the ontological, when I try to compare some item within the set to the set of all sets, I end up hiding much more than I could ever highlight. I mean, my highlighting seems so limited. I think that's part of the problem of trying to get a handle on what the meaning, quotes, of life, of sentience, of existence is. That there is no way to metaphorically grasp it. It always, no matter what you use as the example or metaphor or as the case to compare it, that's always just one more thing within life rather than life itself, existence itself. Those seem to be, again, beyond. It's almost like it's incoherent. It's beyond what we could think about. It's the condition of possibilities for all of the things, good, bad, indifferent, irrelevant. I mean, the whole gambit of it. You know, I mean, it's not just the, if I say life is a banquet, and if I say life is a roller coaster, and if I say life is a prison, and life is a cruel joke, each one of those, as much as they highlight, they end up hiding a million times more than what gets illustrated. I think that's part of the problem.